Good morning. I'm Chief Linderworth with Bay County Emergency Services here at the Emergency Operations Center. We want to give you a brief overview of the anticipated weather that's going to impact Bay County, and then we'll kind of go over some other items with you as well. So we should start seeing some type of weather impacts starting around 11 o'clock or so, so about now. We should start seeing some accumulations around the 2 o'clock time frame. And then moving into the evening. There's mostly what we believe to be a snow event at this point. It may turn into more frozen precipitation of sleet or some freezing rain. When you go south and to the east, down in the Mexico Beach area, there's a greater chance for some freezing rain in that area as well. Right now is anywhere between 1 to 4 inches. Most likely would be 1 to 3 inches. Of snow is what we're anticipating. So earliest onset would be the 1 p.m. time frame, and then again the accumulations should start around 2 o'clock. Let's talk about the utilization of 911. Some of the concerns that we're going to have is movement of emergency vehicles during this time frame. The good part is I'm from the north, and so this is not an uncommon event for me. One of the things that happen is once the snow is done, if you don't have plows to move it, and you believe, oh, hey, it's blue and sunny skies out, but there's still snow on the roadways, you will pack that snow down and create a sheet of ice, which then makes the roads impassable. That's going to impact the emergency services ability to respond, to help you, law enforcement to help as well. So what we ask is, even though that you may have the roadways or the skies are blue and there's some snow on the ground, but you believe it's passable, just wait a little longer. Let's let Mother Nature warm up, help take some of that snow and melt it and evaporate it off. And then where we are able to put down some salt treatments specifically on the bridges, things like that, allow that to work. The county is going to start salting the bridges right around 1 o'clock, the ones that the county are responsible for. And then, of course, the state will take care of the bridges that they're responsible for as well. If conditions continue to deteriorate or do deteriorate, your response times from emergency services and law enforcement will be extended. We will do our very best to get there and be there in a timely and safely manner, but please be patient. If you do not have a true emergency, we ask that you not call 911. This isn't the time for a stub toe to go to the hospital. It puts the general public, you, and our responders in jeopardy. Hospital transport decisions, should the bridges close or the roads become too impassable in certain areas, if you do call 911, we will take you to the most closest appropriate hospital. That means you may not go to the hospital of your choice. We will do our very best to do that, but in the event that the roads are just, the conditions of the roads are bad, that we're going to take you where we can. If you have a condition that requires some type of interventional medicine, that was going to be a challenge as well, should the bridges shut down, and we will do our best to get you to one of those facilities. But those are generally on the east side of the bridge, or we may have to look at trying to go into Walton County to help there. Safety concerns that we're worried about: generators inside of homes, carbon monoxide, it's a silent killer. You're going to be nice toasty, and you'll be dead if you do it inside, to be bluntly, right? So don't put your generators inside your home. We want you to be safe. People don't wake up if they put their generators inside their homes, and it's an unfortunate way to lose an entire family. So please keep your generators outside running. Slips and falls, injury prevention type stuff. That first step is a doozy, and that's usually when it'll get you. All right. So what you want to do is, if you think you can go outside and there's some type of ice or a sheet, a shiny sheet, turn around, go back inside if you can. If you can't, do your very best to be cautious, and remember that surface can be deceptive. The other thing that you're going to worry about is when this ends around 7 to 10 o'clock on Wednesday morning, it will start to warm up a little bit, and then it's immediately going to start to refreeze that evening and overnight on Wednesday night. So you're going to have black ice and other areas that become concerns for driving and then again walking. So we just need you to please be careful. out there utilize 911 appropriately, and understand that the county law enforcement, emergency services, and all the municipalities are here to serve you, and we ask you to do your part and stay home. That's the best message that we can pass. I'm going to pass it over to Sheriff Ford for his comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Good morning. So 1989 was the last time that we saw a situation like this happen in Bay County. So it's not something that we deal with every day, but this team is always ready for any emergency that's thrown our way, as we've had over the past 10 years or so. This can be a very fun and exciting time for you and your kids and your family. If building a snowman in the yard and playing in the snow, having a snowball fight, as long as you do it at home. This is not a time to be out on the roads in Bay County. Our roads are going to potentially ice up, which creates dangerous driving conditions in the county. So we want to urge you, as the snow starts falling, as we get sleet and potentially freezing rain, that you stay off the roadways of Bay County. We're going to have extra personnel out on the road. Our schools are closed, courthouse is closing, so we'll have those deputies as well as some additional deputies that we're bringing in to respond to emergencies out on the road. But even as those roads ice up, we're going to try to be stationary and then responsive to calls for service. So we ask you to take this time to stay at home and stay off the roadways. So there's always questions about the bridge closures in the county. Most of our bridges are state roadways or U.S. roadways. The DOT and Florida Highway Patrol have primary jurisdiction over those, and we'll be monitoring those closely to determine if there are any closures. If there are closures of those bridges, those will be announced through our local partners in the media, through the Sheriff's Office and Emergency Services social media pages, and importantly, as our primary way to communicate with you on emergencies, Alert Bay, which you can sign up for at alertbay.org and have that come to your cell phone or your computer or even a phone call to you. So those announcements about bridge closures and conditions that may pose a threat will come over the Alert Bay network in addition to social media and traditional media. If those closures occur in the middle of the night, they'll come by email or text only, so we're not going to be sending out the alerts that wake you up unless it's a serious situation. If the bridges are closed, they will not be barricaded. It will be a message that is put out by the state that is reiterated by us to let you know not to cross those bridges. That's for your safety, because those bridges ice faster than the roadways do. So that can be a serious situation if you try to go over that bridge and lose traction. If you are out on the roadways, we hope that you're not, but maintain slow speeds, a significant distance from the vehicles in front of you. Remember to go slow. Look out for black ice, which is ice that is very difficult for you to spot. So you could think that you're going down a normal roadway and cause you to lose traction. 89 and then in 77, we saw a lot of accidents during that time period. So again, not to sound like a broken record, but please stay off the roads of Bay County as they become impassable due to snow. Have fun with your kids and your family at home in your yard, and we will, again, we'll be out there responding to emergencies and be prepared for this potentially historic winter storm. Thank you.
Just a couple of things from the county side. Warming shelters are open and available. It's been open this morning. It'll be open 24 hours through Friday morning. That is located at the A.D. Harris Learning Center at 819 East 11th Street. If you have any questions, please call 211 to be able to get more information about that. The Bayway bus routes for getting there, routes 2 and 4, are going to be open for as long as it's safe to continue traveling that way. So just please note that as well. County offices are going to be closed today and tomorrow, looking to reopen potentially on Thursday. The MB Miller Pier is closed until 7:30 a.m. Thursday. The Steelfield landfill will be closed this afternoon after 1 p.m. Bay County is prepared to treat its major bridges in addition to other preparations. Citizens, please make sure to protect your pipes. You can drip your faucets. Make sure that you are staying on top of those matters. And then we also ask that everyone just make sure to pay attention to that if you can. Shut down. If you don't need water, if you have an office or something, shut the water down, open up the pipes. That's what I did at my own office, just to make sure that you don't have to worry about that. Please remember to bring your pets and plants inside that you have as well. And then just to reiterate again what Chief Lindeworth and the sheriff said, if you don't have to be on the road, please don't be on the road right now. That's the key for our community. This is not something we typically deal with. As Chief Lindeworth mentioned, we don't have snow plows or anything like that, so we have no way of clearing out the roads. So we need to let nature take its course, be able to let the sun and the heat be able to start melting things away, and we don't want to compact the roads and make it more where we have a longer delay. So appreciate that. Chief Lindeworth, you have anything else you want to add at the closing? All right. Any questions?
What are the biggest challenges you guys are facing with preparations?
Chief Lindeworth? See, that's
Yeah, I wasn't
why.
sure who to direct that, but.
Honestly, the preparations have been going extremely well between the county, the city, and the state. Everyone's kind of in concert. We haven't seen anything that has caused concern at this point. Everybody's working well together. So from a preparation standpoint, there's not much to prep for other than, if you're able to, have the salt and things like that. But it's more of a response aspect of things. The big part for us is, honestly, and it sounds like a broken record, is the messaging of telling people stay off the roadways. That is going to keep everyone safe and will return things to normal the fastest. So, any other questions?
So you did mention this hasn't happened since 1989. Does the county have plans in place for events like this?
So we're always kind of practicing, and kind of, doing pre-plans for things. I can't tell you that we have one for major snowfall, but we will after this. So we'll put this in there and we'll take the lessons learned and make a solid and consistent plan that we can use moving forward. It's not that they don't know what to do. The good part about Bay County is they have such seasoned and tenured employees and people that have been here that the historical information is already there. We're just now capturing it on paper.
And does the county have any kind of salt or dirt that they will be putting out?
So we do have salt that that the county has procured recently for this event, and so what they're going to do is, I believe it's around 1 p.m. they will start salting the county bridges to ensure that is gone. One of the keys with the salt is you don't want to throw salt down before you, if it's going to rain first, because all that does is help wash it away. So the idea is we don't want to go too early, because then all we're doing is wasting money and effort. So we need to, there's a window we need to do that in, and we believe that window is going to be around 1 o'clock is when that'll start.
You touched on the bridges a little bit, but will there be officers there patrolling if they are closed?
Yeah, so there are not going to be any type of barricades. One of the things we may look at doing is putting signs just that way to say the bridge is closed. We can, the emergency management has some signs that we could probably put out there if we needed to. But outside of that, there will not be officers, unless I'm wrong, Sheriff, that there will not be any officers or highway patrol troopers there blocking the roadways.
And these bridges, I know you said last snowfall was 89, but has the temperatures ever gone down enough where the bridges have frozen or you've seen that black ice on there?
That is not a me question. 2014.
Okay. So you guys have kind of already gone through the preparation of anticipating black ice and the frozen roads.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest things, even, again, from being up north, one of the biggest challenges is always that black ice. We see more injuries after the snowfall starts to melt from people believing that it's safe to then go out before the time or the environment has had the opportunity to evaporate that water. And so then when it refreezes, and it's not just, midnight when it refreezes, it refreezes, pretty quickly, especially in shaded areas. So sometimes you'll have, it feels nice and warm in the sun, but you go underneath the shaded area, there'll be black ice there. So again, that is why it's so important for the next 48 hours, just stay home. Take that opportunity to spend some quality time with your family, friends, play Xbox, whatever it is you have. But this is a time not to be on the roadways.
In 2014, was a Hathaway Bridge, did that freeze over?
Yes, actually, most of our bridges did freeze over during that time period, and it was a pretty difficult situation. We were able to get some product onto the bridge at that point, but I think we're more prepared for that this time, but also, knowing what can happen, we're advising people just to stay home during this time period.
It's this Hathaway Bridge. With this Hathaway Bridge. Is it, when you're referring to the 2014, is it this current bridge that froze over? 'Cause I'm not sure when it switched over.
Yes, it's the current bridge, and actually several, all of the Phillips Inlet Bridge, the West Bay Bridge, and Hathaway all were problematic during that time period.
Any other questions for us? No?
Are you guys working closely with FPL in anticipation of power outages?
Yeah, so FPL's come in. They're part of the EOC when we activate. They're always here as great partners with the county and the communities in the area. And so they've got teams that they're bringing in from southern Florida to help. And so they're kind of pre-positioning them should the event arise that, there's power outages. So,
Collaboration with the state?
are they or are we collaborating with the state?
Are you collaborating?
Yeah, so of course, through FDIM and all of them, there's great collaboration. Our regional reps, we've spoken with them today in the EOC as well. So that, we're always in communication. One of the great things about being in Florida is you're never alone. You always have someone that you can lean on, be it for, having our elected officials speak with the governor's office if we needed to, all the way down to, my contacts and my peers. So the state of Florida is well versed even in snow now. And it's, the idea is emergencies, the flavor may change, but the coordination is, what's most important is everybody coming together and using your thinking caps to get through it.
And specifically to what you just asked, we've got 3 actually power companies here. There's Duke Energy is in Mexico Beach. You've got Gulf Coast Electric Co-op, which is in a lot of the unincorporated Bay Area, as well as FPL. So we've been in contact with all of them, and they're communicating with each other. So that's being addressed, and they're on top of it, preparing for whatever may need to come.
Any other questions for us? No? All right. We appreciate your time. Thank you.